Hi everyone, this is Amanda Freeman. Today we are going over our course projects in Earth Science. Today I'll be talking about the Grand Ronde Reservation. It's where I live. This place is important to me, not just because of its history, but because it's where my family and community connect. My ancestors grew up here. My family has always lived here, so it's a place that I just really love. Um, so the Grand Ronde Reservation is located in Oregon's Coast Range foothills, about 25 miles from the Oregon coast. It sits in a valley surrounded by forests and rivers and covering about 10,000 acres. This land represents survival and resilience, especially considering the forced relocation of indigenous peoples in the 1800s. The landscape itself is shaped by volcanic history, making it both geologically and culturally significant. Don't mind if I'm looking this way. I'm reading my notes. And the tectonic activity and earthquakes. So, the reservation is located near the Cascadia subduction zone, where two tectonic plates collide. This movement creates earthquakes, some of which have been massive, like the 1700 earthquake that had an estimated, like the earthquake in the 1700s that had an estimated magnitude of 9.0. Because of these shifting plates, smaller earthquakes happen regularly, and the volcanic soil in the area plays an important role in both agriculture and the economy here. Volcanic impacts on the land. The landscape of Grand Ronde was shaped by volcanic activity, and over time, the materials from eruptions like pumice have been used in practical ways. Even though these eruptions happened long ago, their effects are still visible today in the rich soil and geological formations that continue to sustain life in this area. We still use a lot of the geological formations, I guess. Like we use pumice for hide tanning, and it's used for so many things. But I use it for hide tanning specifically to soften hides when I work on them. It's what our ancestors also used. Geological history. Millions of years ago, volcanic eruptions covered the region in lava, forming what we now call the Columbia River basalt flows. Over time, sediment built up, preserving ancient fossils and ammonites, which help us understand what life looked like here before the humans walked this land. The forces that shape this area are still at work today. I don't think I mentioned it, but all of these photos in this presentation were taken by me through my photography business. And this is I had it in the very first video, or slide 2. This is Spirit Mountain, it's called. So that's what our casino is named after, Spirit Mountain Casino. And this is where a lot of our like our power comes from in a way. That's what our elders say. If they wanted to pray or connect with the land and the energies of the land and the creator, they would go up to Spirit Mountain and feel renewed from the energy that it provided them. And the next one, natural disasters and preparedness. Because of its location, the Grand Ronde Reservation is at risk for both earthquakes and landslides. Scientists predict that another massive earthquake, similar to the one in 1700, is likely to happen in the future. To prepare, the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde works with geologists to map high-risk areas, reinforce infrastructure, and educate the community on disaster preparedness. I've experienced this up our mountain. Like that photo, actually, this photo that's on the slide is actually from up our mountain also. It's an area that they have logged before, obviously, but they're logging up there right now, and all the logging that they're doing is causing massive landslides. We normally go through and are able to make it to a waterfall up the mountain, and there's a massive landslide, so it's been blocked off for months now, which is really sad because it's my dog's favorite place to go and run and swim. But it's still beautiful, but it's scary when they start overlogging, you know. Next slide. Climate and water concerns. These are my dogs. That's Fat, and these three, Iska, Sakari, and Fat. And that is a ADHD squirrel. So, climate and water concerns. The reservation has a temperate oceanic climate, meaning mild winters with a lot of rain and warm, dry summers. Despite getting plenty of rainfall, water contamination is a concern due to the agricultural runoff and deforestation. Managing these water sources is essential for keeping the land and people healthy. Okay, and then there is natural resources and sustainability. The land provides many resources, from timber to fish in the rivers. Some materials, like rock from the quarries, are used for construction, and there's even potential for geothermal energy due to the area's volcanic past. However, balancing resource use with conservation is crucial to preserving the land for our future generations. And this I thought was interesting. It was a graph of like the amount of acres and the years, and the blue protected public timber between 40 and 80 years old. The orange one is private timber, 40 years and older, and the green is unprotected public timber, 40 years and older. So as you can see, it's getting pretty, it's pretty scary to me anyways. I hate to see things logged. Like, you see how throughout the years it's going to be less and less and less and less. So many, like thousands and millions of acres, and it's terrifying. Like, we can't just grow a 80-year-old tree. Like, I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. In conclusion, the Grand Ronde Reservation is not just a place on a map. It's a valley shaped by powerful geological forces and a history of resilience. Understanding its geological and climate helps us see why it's so important to the people who call it home. Thank you guys for listening. I'd be happy to answer any questions, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's videos. Thanks.